Yeah, so this is something that Jason and I presented last year, just kind of to show you guys what we're doing at the MAC and how we're getting our name out there and who we're talking to. So one of the first things I want to talk about is our billboard impressions for our Green Commute Week. We had multiple locations on there, and you can see those impression numbers are pretty crazy. There's an example of one of them that was by Boar's Head, but yeah, we work with a good company for this, and Eric and Sean created the design for it, and I think it was only supposed to run it was supposed to stop in mid-September, but it was up there for like 2 months longer than it was supposed to be, so not gonna. Impression is basically just how many times they think that somebody can see it, like a set of eyes.
How do they measure that?
They usually use like daily traffic and things like that. It's not scientific, but
So they use daily traffic, and then they average how many people are in cars for each carload of people. So that is their standard.
They use billboards and how they sell billboard space.
It's almost as bad as the internet. Click ads, right? It's just,
Yeah. When I drive by, I don't look at it just to mess up the numbers.
Steve, we actually, actually, Steve, we just heard this at the CVB. They actually explained it pretty in detail. They actually look at how many cars can actually see that billboard, and they look at the view shed for that particular billboard, and how many people go by in a particular direction, and how many people can see that billboard based on time of day, whether it's lighted or not. I mean, it's actually a fairly scientific method that they use for it, and they have a company that tracks those things for particular billboards in a particular place based on the amount of traffic that goes by and the number of cars and the average number of people in cars. I was surprised at how accurate they can get with those numbers.
I don't remember a single billboard I've driven past.
Yeah, I actually saw the one, I saw the Green Commute billboard, and I remember the fact that it was up there for a couple of months after Green Commute Week. I do. Were any of these electronic?
No, none of them, Eric. None of them were electronic.
One was on US 31.
Okay,
Yeah.
because they also have the
One was
ability
digital.
to track your cell phone, and they will repeat impressions based on the fact that your cell phone went by a particular billboard. They're able to do that now as well, because they know where your cell phone has been
Know where you are.
and where you are. Yeah, just a little bit creepy. Yeah.
So overall, 4 million impressions. I mean, that's pretty good for the amount of money that we spent on it to get 4 million. We like that. Another thing that doesn't really get talked about a lot with policy is the MAC is a part of the West Michigan Clean Air Coalition. So something that the main message of it is if there's ever like a clean air action days where people tell you not to pump your gas or don't use your mow the lawn or leaf blow or things like that. So that's a partnership that we're in with the Grand Rapids MPO and the Muskegon MPO. So we go together and we spend some of our CMAQ funding towards a campaign and Town Square, again here, like Wood TV 8, 150,000, and WZZM 2.5 million in the Tri-MPO area. So that's a really big area. It's not focused just in Holland, it's the entire metro area. So we got some good numbers with that. And then going back to our Green Commute Week stuff, which is all stuff you've been told before, but our entries, miles, and then 20 winners, all that stuff. So we're getting our name out there for stuff. Continuing this on to Facebook, 112 followers. Jim has been absolutely fantastic for posting the quick clips on there. That's such a great idea because no one wants to watch an hour-long meeting, but there are certain things that we talk about that I think are relatively interesting to the public that doesn't really know what's going on. So Jim has volunteered to take clips of those and put it on there, which has been good. Like I said, we're tagged and a bunch of stuff, getting our name out there. The Green Commute account is doing good, 550 followers. And then Sean really went crazy with it this year. We had 84,000 profile views this summer. So we thought that was really good. Moving on to our newsletter, we are consistently consistent, is how I'll say it. We have a pretty good open rate. You can see that some of the numbers drop a little bit, but it's good. I like reading it. We get a lot of feedback from the public that people like it too. Eric's running out of people.
Well, we're higher than the government average, so just so you know, the 40
There you go.
to 50%, that is higher than the government standard average, so we'll take that as a win.
Yeah.
Are you guys above 500 of those hits, or?
Especially when the article's about me, I just keep reading it again and again and again and again. So that one's really high. Yeah, that's all me. Like, all my family members send it back to the UP. They all look at it, you know. Our website, it's kind of hard to see on here, but we have a 34% year-over-year increase on our visits. Our bounce rate is down 7%, which is good. A bounce rate is just when somebody clicks on the website and immediately leaves, so it's like they accidentally clicked it. So that's good. Our unique visitors are up 43%, and our page views are up 33%. This shows what everybody is looking at. Most people are on the home page, which we have our calendar and our meeting dates and stuff like that. Green Commute Week was a big one. The Watershed is another big one. And then, surprisingly, our team is the fourth. So, again, that's probably just me looking at my own picture on the website. But, yeah, so we're getting some pretty consistent views with all of this. So this is all I have for my part. Does anybody have any questions about more of our digital side of things?
Have you looked at where the visitors are coming from?
So I haven't been able to find it more than just country based, where it just shows United States. And then there was one in like South Africa. Someone looked at our website, but yeah, I haven't been able. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that's-
you were at that same
Yeah.
meeting.
No, I wanted,
Okay.
I was in Maryland last
Okay.
week, so I was off for a few days, so I missed it. But I know that they do an amazing job, and that's where I'd want to be one of these days.
Yeah, you want
Figuring
to
out-
take a look at where the visitors are coming from, because they're starting to find that a lot of AI bots are crawling and scraping websites.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the two places you want to look for are ones where you can't tell where it came from, and the other is Ashburn, Virginia, where there's a huge AI data center that they've seen a huge uptick. And everybody's like, why is everybody coming from Ashburn, Virginia? It's because that's where there's a huge data center.
I'll have to do a deep dive on Squarespace to see if I can find that.
Squarespace will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just haven't.
Yeah, so we thought it was really important, if you remember 2 years ago, where we were trying to get a baseline, because we didn't really have a baseline. So now we can look at year over year and just kind of track it and make sure that you guys know that we're out there getting our name out there and working with people.
But the things that weren't quantified on there are being out in the community too. Like, we can't quantify how many people pass by a booth at the Water Festival or National Night Out or things like that, so.